Okay, pumped to be back with more Thronefall. I think I got the crucial ability upgrades here to make the game click a little bit better for me. So we'll see how this level goes. Maybe I'm about to get annihilated. Let's see. Victory with... bonus damage against monsters. Landing a kill gives you health. Place a trap. 3 traps in a row without cooldown. Okay. But that also requires me to take 2 other things that I maybe don't want to take. Let's see. Well, what's the mutator? Spawn all over the map closer to your castle center. They can't attack for a few seconds after spawning. You get more XP and score if you win. Could try to make that one work. Like the lightning staff. Like trying to go for like 2 at a time, and that seems pretty reasonable. Oh, did it reset my perks? Shit, I don't know why that happened. Okay, well, I have to read through these and find the ones I was using again. Sorry. Always a good idea, yeah. We wanted Power Tower. That was really good. I definitely want the one that gives me my houses or turrets. I think that was probably the most important unlock that I got. Yeah, fortified houses. Maybe do faster research. Walls and towers have more health was pretty good. Cane towers, and then probably, I guess Royal Mint I can probably dump now. Only a little bit of extra money overall. I was thinking about getting Ancient Shrines. What's the deal with them requiring energy to be activated? They build energy over time or something? Let's see what my other options are here. Maybe do the Harbor one, but that's only for certain levels. Enemies have to die within range. Okay. All right, well, we'll try that one. The idea that it gives me free buildings is pretty cool. This might be kind of a shit show since I don't have my exact upgrades from last time, but I guess I could check my VOD and try to figure out what they were. Remember my buttons here. We want to have a single tower if possible, so I can benefit from that one bonus. Okay. Power tower or whatever. The bar above them? Okay. You said it's death based on proximity to the shrine? Got it. Does that carry over between nights? Looks like maybe it does. Do they end up expending charge as well? Actually, we want to get this upgrade as soon as possible. Probably just roll with that for one more night. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool then. Probably keep that. Spiders are pretty freaky. So how does that work? Is it like if one of the towers is fully charged, does it mean that like how does like so suppose an enemy dies here, right? And it's technically closer to this shrine. If the shrine's already charged, will it count to this one? Or does it just get wasted charging one that's already charged? You know what I mean? It's the maximum number of houses I can have in here. Too many other housing options here. It'll be smart and not waste it. Thanks. Yeah, I see that one. So they have an overlapping circle, so I'm just wondering if this one fills. Does that mean it'll start filling this one? I think the answer is yes. These houses are going to get destroyed tonight. There's not really anything I can do about it. Could have placed my explosive trap a little bit more smartly, I guess. Need 20. That. Probably can fully upgrade this tower. Oop. All right, I can't do the tier 3 tower yet. I have to get the one upgrade first. I think I've built all possible houses here. Let's see. Temple. Gods grant you a spell for the next night only. Interesting. So is it only ever a single spell? View your units and buildings. I don't even know if I can put a tower here to defend that building I just put there. Get something. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna destroy it. Okay. And that just means no progress for the blacksmith for that day, right? Oh, you can find out without committing. Okay, good to know. I guess they really want me to have units to defend this thing. Maybe building that with my strategy for this map isn't the best idea. Could also upgrade this guy to try to defend it slightly better. Though, I think I want the tier 3 castle first. Yeah, we want that. Okay. Stay away from my fucking buildings, assholes. Alright, I guess they're just gonna go for those buildings no matter what. I'll be stopping that. That's fine. Be more careful if I have to restart this level. Don't do the blacksmith since I can't really defend it without units. I see. Hey. Alright, so I probably want to upgrade this tower here. Hang out here to try to defend my building. Don't have the range. Maybe I should have made it a sniper tower. That's okay. Oh, now I can... Oh, I see. It was because I wasn't a tier 3 tower yet. Okay, that's fine. Well, now I don't need the range, so I may as well just do the easy one. Okay. Probably still need more economy stuff. I'm not going to get that poor building to last for a single night, sadly. Okay. See if I can do more economy stuff here. Probably should have done this sooner. Yeah, no kidding. Actually, I probably should have done this guy, but that's alright. Shit happens. So that I can look at this to see what the spell is. Oh, this is... No, that's my upgrades. This is the temple, right? Next night only. I see. Oh, I didn't realize shrines are supposed to activate gold, in addition to being little mini turrets. Wisdom one is pretty nasty. And they blew up my... I think this level exists to kind of punish the house strategy that's worked really well on every other stage, because the houses are all in not very helpful locations. Miserable. I'll do this one pretty differently when I inevitably fail here, we'll see. Brutal. Need to better defend this place. Let's do that. Oh, true. Yeah. That's fine. Bunker tower is kind of interesting. I haven't really tried to do that before. Only does damage very nearby, I guess. The random enemy spawn locations is a little mean. There's shrine up, that's cool. Decide if I want to do some farms here. I think they're all relatively safe in terms of positioning. Probably should have done it much sooner, but that's fine. I'm one short. Brutal. Should start getting all the cheap towers. I mean, tank the enemy. It doesn't really matter if they get destroyed. Hey, I'm just in charge of allocating the means of production. I am like a king though, so I probably also control them and own them. Well, first attempt to use a farm did not work out, sadly. Curse you, feudalism. Maybe some walls now are the way to go. I do have the wall upgrade discount thing, so I'd just start with the regular wall and I can upgrade that later. Do have some dudes coming from here. Insta-spawning flyers everywhere is pretty mean. Yeah, the mutator, I don't know if I'm going to use it again if the mission doesn't hard require it. It's quite nasty. This was a really good game. I'm enjoying it. My only real critique is that I think, like, your ability to really have it click with you is pretty dependent on the, like, upgrades that you can get. I guess I can't... Your loadout. And it seems like the order in which you get those is pretty arbitrary. It might be nice... Well, I guess it would be overwhelming if, like, every level you got to pick from the entire list of something to unlock. But maybe switching to, like, a basic skill tree or something where you can be like, okay, I can make one of 3 choices and then everything else is like downstream of that in a tree. Prevent it from being too overwhelming, and you could try to focus on, you know, do I like units? Do I like towers? Do I like a balanced approach? You know what I mean? Well, let's get all of my tier 1 towers upgraded here. It'd be funny if I get the blacksmith to work even a single time before the run is over here. Okay. Let's Still, I guess their placement actually doesn't matter very much because I have the mutator that lets them spawn basically anywhere, so can't really rely on what section they're coming from. Because I think that idea of you having the little build is really smart, as are the stages that require you to use certain upgrades. Oh, I see. Now they have a bajillion perks for it. In fact, I think this mutator like really fucks with any kind of planning the player might have. Dude's coming from up here. It's actually not great, because I'm really only defending that path with this single tower, but get them while they're like on the wall, maybe. Still underwhelmed by the ballistic spire. I get the use case, but it just feels really bad to overkill anything. Yeah. See if there's much I can do to deal with it here. Let me just hang out at my tower to try to defend it as best I can. Highest health unit probably is necessary here. Don't want more of an attack cooldown. I'd rather take the Archer's Spire. Okay. I don't think I have any base towers that I haven't constructed yet, question mark. Keep worrying that I accidentally missed a house somewhere, but I don't think I did. So to build that for a single night, I guess I could build it now because it's cheap. Do nights, I guess, do they last 100 seconds? Totally depends, doesn't it? On how much damage you're doing. I wish I knew like the minimum night length, because that is knowable, right? Hypothetically, given that the enemies spawn on a certain cadence. Ice bolts can damage you and your units. No, thank you. Guess I'll do the shrine thing just to try to get a few more to activate, maybe. Lose out on some money, but it's not a big deal. Try to body block them as much as I can here. My poor blacksmith. Really not a good level for it unless if I had units. Okay. Last night... So whatever you do is always a level 2 spell, regardless of what spell you did the first time. Okay. I guess this is pretty good to do on the final wave, because the downside is meaningless. Sure. And it's not terribly expensive to do. Hi, Ben. Or did I screw something up because this takes a certain number of nights for the spell to activate? Or is it just showing me that this is only going to affect one night and then the bar is going to go away? Oh. Okay, I can still do wall upgrades. Which one do we want to do, though? This one's kind of underwhelming, but... Our cost is based on the relative size of the wall. Okay, so since that was a smaller wall, it was only 4 instead of 6. I understand. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I don't think I have anything to spend 4 coins on because I didn't really allocate that as smartly as I could have, but that's okay. Shit happens. Let's just go for it and see what we do. I guess I can go ahead and make something to tank the enemy. Anti-air doesn't really help me here. Enemy projectiles. Range attack that slows enemies. I guess. I could try it. I haven't done it before. Sorry, my cat is standing right on top of the HDMI splitter for the capture card, so if stream flickers, that's why. I see them teleporting. Giant spiders. There's the teleport. Good enough. Victory.
We've got this, Marstead.
Potion vials. Oh, and heal allies. I guess I don't have allies, but that is cool. Challenge the god of the afterlife. Okay. Ghost ogre would be really bad. Don't really need that. Don't really need that, but I could see that being interesting. Don't want that. Okay. Wild Bach. Maybe this level will support my house strategy a bit better. All right, achieve a victory with flag icon. I do have that. Oh, this is... I should have had this equipped. I forgot that I had this before. I'm like, I feel like my towers aren't as effective as they usually are. Because I'm not attacking at all, so that's basically a non-downside for me. So... probably this. That's probably fine. Yeah, I think you're right. Instead of the shrines. Free shrines are cool. Not every level has shrines, though, right? Well, that meets my requirement of winning it with 2 things. Although, one of them is have the shrine upgrade, which I already have. So I could try to also take the little snake. Which is a little brutal. I just have to get all my money from economy instead of enemy defeats, I guess. Makes the beginning hard. Yeah, I'll go for it. It's fine. Okay. I think lightning still seems pretty good if I really need to destroy one particular unit. I'll try it. Alright, so I gotta build a castle center. And we gotta build houses and maybe 1 tower, so I benefit from the closest tower buff on night 1. I guess I technically have enough money starting now to get the... Let me restart here. It's maybe a mistake, but I like getting as many house upgrades as possible as early as possible. First 2 to 3 levels don't have shrines. The tower and wall health upgrade. Okay. Oh shit, I fucked it up again because I have to already have a house to get the free upgrade from when you first initiate it. Okay. 3rd time's a charm. Hi, Ben. Heard that you were a baby. Wait, did it? It didn't take. Ah, but he screaming and crying and shitting and throwing up because I can't hit restart because if I do, it counts against it, right? Okay. 4th time's the charm. There, it took that time. Okay. Builder's Guild. Okay, we still want to have... So I'm not going to be able to do a tower on the first night, so hopefully this is sufficient to survive the first night. I guess we're about to find out. Okay. 4th try, exactly. I have projectiles that I can technically dodge, it seems like. Well, I don't have as much move speed if I'm not at full health. Okay. Still try to draw their attention before they start killing my houses. Okay. That went about as well as it could have. So we want a tower so I can get that bonus, and then probably keep going ham on houses here. Yeah, I haven't seen a ghost before. There. Okay. Too spooky. I do really like the free shrines thing. That's cool. Probably better if I have more control of like where the enemies die, but so be it. All right, so houses and upgrade to have my super tower be stronger. New enemy, you mean? Oh. Attack with its tentacles in all directions at once. It's pretty nasty. So where are the other houses on this map? I guess where's the blacksmith? Is the blacksmith somewhere that I can defend? Makes my decision of whether or not I'm going to bother with it. Sort of. I guess it's not as bad because the enemies aren't just going to teleport next to it and fuck it up now. hypothetically. Okay. Then we gotta start doing other houses, I guess. Sure, yeah. It's one scary unit. I missed with that, sadly. I don't know. My existing tower seems pretty good. Oh, that charged both of the shrines. That's outstanding. Okay. You're never going to convince me. If a game is based around how many times a second something can happen, I'm always going to take more times per second over more damage, but slower. Even if it could be mathematically wrong, my brain doesn't... It's incompatible with it, unfortunately. Okay, now we can get the cheaper upgrades, and we just wait. Yeah. I'd be interested to see, can they design an enemy that removes all doubt from me about the ballista tower versus the fast tower? Maybe, probably. Maybe it's not an enemy, but it's like a wave configuration where like it's absolutely necessary. Because like one of the things that it does is it always hits the highest health enemy, right? It's a way that breaks the degeneracy a little bit and balances it. Well, the problem with a game like this, I don't feel that way about like a MMO raid boss or whatever, right? Because it's like you're never going to overkill the raid boss. It's not how those fights are designed. Even fights that are based on ads, I don't think it's really a likely problem that you're going to waste damage with overkill. But a game like this, overkill is a huge fucking problem, especially if the thing is only firing like once a second. You know, if it can do 1,000 damage and it hits a 100 health enemy versus this thing firing 10 times in the same period, you know. All right, we want to have our super tower as soon as possible. Then we go back to houses, I think. And we should get this up and running, really finish it tomorrow. I built all the houses. No. Yeah, I think the target prioritization is probably the thing that breaks the degeneracy for it. It makes it worth it for the scary enemies. If you have a wave that has like one scary enemy and a bunch of little guys, then I think I could be convinced. If it's like absolutely necessary that your super tower focuses that down. Yeah, I think so. I actually didn't realize I was supposed to be a building check after this. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was just flavor. I see the building now, though. Summoning circle. Oh, okay. Well, we don't want to... This is actively bad for me with my current mutator. I guess that's why they pick it as a mutator. But I probably want that in the future. That's cool. Okay. Cool. Thanks for mentioning that. I think that might be all houses. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it. So we can finish the harbor and then maybe start working on some of the more protected farms. Don't worry about it. It's chill. Didn't do the gold mines last time. Can't really tell how damaging a shrine is in comparison to a tower. Wish I could like turn on optional damage numbers. Okay. Probably need to start getting more towers here soon. Let me see if there's any other economy buildings I can build. It's like the earlier I do those, the more important they are. Tempted to do the like shrine activation radius thing, but I guess maybe we do that on this level because it's likely, since a single one of these boss things dying gives me a lot of credit. To sniper ballista. Oh, sure, the more activated, the better. Gotcha. Yeah. Economy would be, I think at this point, just gold mines if I have any left. This one. And this farm, I guess. These two farms. Oop. Yeah, it's a pretty big circle. Alright, let's see how this goes with Sniper Ballista Tower that I built somewhere. Where the fuck is this it? Pray. Oh, it's so slow. Okay, well I did get the activation there, so that's cute. They are going to destroy the... whatever, it's fine. Figured that was going to happen. Get more stuff built out there later. Nice. Got in range. Okay. I do like you can push the enemies around. It's a little crazy. Okay. Still, I think I have a shrine that has yet to be built. Yeah, there's this one over here. So we could do the thing where we increase the radius again. But I think it's probably turret time, specifically turrets to defend against these... oops. Arms. Try to activate this tower would be nice, since all the 100 ghosts. Are they fucking kidding? That's really funny. Okay. I think they're not fucking kidding. Yeah. Okay. They're not quite dying close enough to the tower over there. You guys want to come over this way, teensy a little bit? Want to come over this way, a teensy a little bit? Just the teensiest. Kind of pull their aggro over to me, but it's not super reliable, it seems like. Hey, nice. Okay. Getting money, getting paid. My farms are, like, dead zone. Probably a fool's errand to try to protect them, but I'm going to do my best here. So the problem with like armored towers and stuff is that it still depends on the enemy deciding to target the tower, right? They don't specifically draw more aggro. It is a fool's errand, but I am a fool. Exactly. Nope. 1 second. Maybe do the sniper with this one just to cover a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Goodbye, farms. Alright, my farm survived. Oh, we're not done. Shit. Oh, right. I need to, like, draw these guys' attention. They're pretty easy to... Okie doke. Coming all the way from up here this time. Might be too late to do another night 10 of 12. So this wouldn't be ready in time for the final night. I had to have done it last night. Okay, it's okay. Forget. I do like that my strategy is allowed to work. They're not like hard requiring me to use units or whatever. Eight. Hold them at bay. Probably could have built a couple tiny towers over here, but it should be fine. Ugh. So slow. It's hitting the big guys, I guess. Anytime it one hits them, like, that should make me happy. Like, hey, it one shot them, and I'm like, that means it probably did too much damage. I'm glad they have the 100% challenges saying to force you to do some play styles you're uncomfortable with. That's good. I would feel less bad doing it. What do you think of how to phrase this? Like, I simultaneously like when games force me to play outside my comfort zone because otherwise I will never leave it, right? If I find something that works, too bad. I'm going to do that until the game is over. It doesn't matter how effective or ineffective it is. So I like when the game does something that forces me to experiment. I think that the onus is on the developer to design their game in such a way that if they think there's a fun way to play it, then they should make me play it the fun way and not let me get away with something that's like limping to the finish line, as I call it. But at the same time, if I'm not doing the optional challenges that force me to play it their way, it would also feel annoying if it's like I don't like microing units. There to just be some kind of single enemy that just hard counters the tower strategy so hard that I can't just beat it with overwhelming force. You know what I mean? It feels nice to be like, you could say I want to do a balance of everything, or I just want to do units, or I just want to do towers, and like all of those are valid. I think that feels good, I think. Let's get all the tier 2 towers, because I've got the discount that helps with that. In the walls, I guess. Although it doesn't affect the ghosts. Sniper, I can make the argument to me on sniper because of the range. Months of occasional attempts get the 100% challenge. That's really cool. I'm glad to hear it's that difficult. It's gonna be a messy fucking level, isn't it? Wow, that's brutal. I pay pretty close attention to Steve achievement rates whenever I beat a game. I kind of go back through it because I'm always curious on like what the abandon rate is and the like. So 1% that's pretty fucking rare. Seems like on average people tend to abandon virtually like 30% of the player base abandons just about every game after the first like hour, give or take, depending on the game. It's cool. Final night it is. Okay. That's a lot of money. Did like this last question mark boss. I thought it was really well designed, very clever. I think I need to put a tower, that little cul-de-sac. And they're baby towers I can spawn real fast. Okay. Oh, I see. It's an awaken from the little... It's cute. Is it a Dracula? No, not a Dracula. It's whatever the fuck that is. Just constant AoE damage. Okay. Guy I can probably use my special... Actually, I don't remember where my ballista tower is. I'm not going to worry about it. Hooray! Battle axe. Health steal. Shield. Only 10%? Is just randomly pick half of them to not be available? I guess it's a cool way to force you to play weirdly, but... Oh, that's kind of cool. So all of your built walls share health? Oh, fuck. I bet that's really good. Fuck. One gold for every 3 gold, but never more than 20. So you want to like get to you want to have 57 gold on you, is that right? I guess 58 gold, and then you can spend above 58. It used to be uncapped. Okay. Yeah. There's an ability just like that in Brotato that it would usually take, but it added pain. Yeah. I'm trying to decide, do I just pretend like interest doesn't exist? I think it's going to make me play in a style that I'm going to find unfun, even though I expect it's really, really effective. And I'd rather play in a way that's fun. So that is my reason for not taking it, not because I'm not analyzing it appropriately as being strong. I can tell how good it is. More health. More damage. Yeah. No, I like the idea of it for sure. I don't think it's an unfun mechanic. I just think I already kind of stress about like trying to get the optimal value per wave, because like one of the things about this game that I think is potentially stressful is like the more you build economy earlier in the game, the more it snowballs later, right? And like trying to eyeball exactly when to do everything is a pretty it's a complicated enough calculation that you can't expect the player to get it exactly right. But I'll have like an optimization paralysis thing with it where I'm going to feel bad for saving money for longer. I feel like this is probably incredible if you already know, if you've already attempted that stage several times and you already kind of have a sense of what the like cadence of the waves is. But for a blind playthrough, I don't necessarily know that in 3 waves it's going to be like brutally difficult. So that's the wave that you have to be prepared for, right? All I know is the general pattern that the first 2 waves you can pretty much just solve with like a single tower, right? Anyway, I feel like it's, well, what's the horse thing? The horse thing probably sucks, doesn't it? I could try to do that. What do I drop, though? I really like the shrine thing, actually. I don't want to drop any of these. I like all of these. I think I'll just try the mutators. Yeah. It's a good way to put it, Revenant. Okay. Didn't make the mistake. But my first wave might be a disaster. Let's find out. I probably should have built the house close to where the enemies are coming from, but... you know, shit happens. Come on, get in the fucking circle, you jackasses. Ugh. I'll probably have to try this again. Better, less stupid placement. Oh, those guys are way nastier than I thought they were going to be. I needed to have a second, so, okay. I think this is already a mistake because I should only build the T3 upgrade for the castle if I can also have 2 houses, which I can't on this level, so. I can do a tower, like here. I guess I can't build closer houses because like where the houses are isn't outside of my control, right? It's based on fixed positioning, I guess. That extra health one is pretty awful for the first wave. I'm gonna try to pump my shrine here if I can. That went better. A little painful. Kind of not great. If I were to do this again, I'd probably build a slightly higher north tower because it wouldn't affect the first wave, but it would affect this. I guess I don't technically need to stand next to the tower, right? It's like if I only have 1 tower, it always counts as my closest tower, so I may as well go out there and try to get some extra shots. Let me let this guy get closer to the shrine so that he hopefully pops it. Can't really body block him, it looks like. Nice. Free shrine. Very cool. Okay, so I think getting this up and running as soon as possible is really good. I think that power tower is really, really, really strong. It's going to be hard for me to ever drop it in the future. That's all the houses in the starting areas. More houses up here. So I can probably afford to do a little bit more economy first before I do more houses. $19. All right. We have a safe blacksmith here. Somewhat. Guess I got scared away from the blacksmith by that level where they could just spawn anywhere, but most of the time you can just put it somewhere where they're not going to reach it on the majority of levels. This is economy. So stage 3 wheel thingies. Oh yeah, these guys. I'll lose at least a house here. Could have been worse. Okay. 11 for that guy, which I will do soon. Decide what levels I want to try to get the thing where my shrines are more likely to pop. Make sure I'm not missing any houses somewhere. I guess I can start doing this now. It's nice that it only costs 1 coin. Wasps, ogres. That's pretty wild. You just pick whatever you want. I guess this might be really strong, huh? You're basically saying give me 8 gold. I'm betting that I can beat a spider. All right, well, I might regret that, but try it. Probably want more economy, but... Do they spawn, like, wherever the summoning circle is? Is that the bit? Oh, I should have done this tower. Shit, I forgot. Thought I hit it the previous night. That might actually be a... I might lose because of that. We'll see. Now this is where it would be nice to have a ballista. It also is a double health spider, which is nice. Okay. Try again. Let's just start over. I think my mutators are pretty hard here, but... Let's put the tower somewhere else this time. Here, maybe? Should still cover all of the houses when they get close. Maybe here. It doesn't really matter. The stats for all the creatures like completely fixed? Assume the answer is yes. Doesn't matter if you encounter them on wave 1 or the final wave. Okay, these guys being ranged is a problem I didn't really think about. Putting the tower there. Okay. One more try. Okay. This is probably better. Maybe I summon something. Where are the summoning circles? Over here? Probably deal with ghosts. Okay, that's cool. Just +3 coins, but none of them got close enough to my little shrine this time, unfortunately. Okay. I do like finally having something that I can spend 1 gold on, though. That's nice. So is this just going to spawn ghosts forever? Is that the idea? Oh, okay. Next night. But it costs more to use it again, basically. Okay. I see. I got my little shrine. It's cool. Cute. All right, so I want this, but doesn't really help me this round. This still costs 4. We'll see if I can survive this wave, and then I'll upgrade this tower to 3 probably with my next night, and then I gotta get a blacksmith up and running pretty soon. think getting this to be an ultra tower is like my #1 priority. Okay. And then this costs 4, which is tolerable. And maybe we summon something else depending on where the summon is. I guess if I were to build ghosts back here, they always rush your towers, right? So if I had a ghost summon here, it's going to ignore my blacksmith, at least in theory. Really meaningfully slow this thing down, though. Lose a house. Okay. Oh, what else do we really want to focus on here? Probably still economy, because this super tower is pretty good. The problem with building these things is that it's like doing me no defensive good in this weird corner over here, so maybe I wait to build the rest of those until we have a wave where they're actually coming in from that direction. Get a sniper tower. I should probably be building all the little towers. That's like constant little bits of DPS that aren't happening if I don't build them, and they're really, really cheap at 3 coins, so. Yeah, I'm pretty worried about the farms. Pretty wild wave. This many fast enemies this early. Okay. Okay. Fully upgraded fish. The fuck is coming here? Smell your royal blood. Don't have any allied buildings or units nearby. It'll mow you down. You just do a quick round to avoid me having to think about it in the future. It is a little painful. These do generate resources, and they do need to upgrade every time. Get them out of the way right now. So you can spend 2 to summon something. Elite Wasp, Elite Ghost, 6 gold. Okay. So it's the same delta. You're still getting plus 4 gold. Said rather they come from a weird direction. It's true. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. It's not the same delta for everything that it could be. Gotcha. I see. Charge up that shrine? Okay, siege thing is pretty nasty. Economy stuff died though, so that's nice. Getting the range damage upgrades. I really like the ghosts. I like that I can force them to come at my tower and not blow up my other shit here. Probably do at least one of those every time. Let's see. So I can do walls now. Oops. Upgrade's probably unnecessary if I can just get the other regular towers built. Oh, there's more fishing. Okay, maybe I'll do that next round. So now that is used up. Okay, I see. Uh, 6. Is that how that works? So Farber has to be pretty early. Very minor quality of life thing. It would be nice whenever you're looking at a building if it just put a little number on top of it that tells you how many more copies of that building technically exist on the map. The fuck are those? I've seen that before. Iron Tower. Alright. Don't like that thing. They have pretty good range too, so they can just fuck me up from right outside the base. This is a level where I feel somewhat compelled to use. Yeah, they're just gonna stand there and finish me, aren't they? Wow. That's awful. I guess I'll just retry this wave. That's unfortunate. You get less points when you retry the wave, right? Brutal. All right, well, that's the thing I have to think about. Oh, that's really good. We might actually switch to that. See if I can kill them before they get too close and start causing problems for me. Let's just further, instead of trying to build all the little towers, let's just upgrade the base a bit better. Three days is fine. Okay. Right. That's cool. Good challenge. Probably the most nasty enemy for my strategy of all the enemies we've seen so far. Pretty bad. Hey, well, The second shot hurts. The first shot feels really good. That second shot is like, oh god. I wish it always targeted the highest health enemy with the highest current health enemy would feel less bad, right? And then there's at least a chance that something else intervenes and kills the rest of the shit. Another shrine is cool. Okay. Oof, owie. What are the character upgrades? Yeah. Oh. I see. Yeah, you don't want to like be able to toggle it because that kind of defeats the purpose of a tower defense game, right? But think. Probably better to just continue building up my base. I'd like one of those. How many do I have? 6. Much as I like the free shrines. How much does a shrine cost normally? Does it have any upgrade stages, or is it just like you buy it once? It might not be worth the ability slot, 'cause I think I can probably justify the towers cost less thing, the timber thing I just got, and then just build the shrines. Okay, it's really nice to get a bunch of buildings for free at the beginning, but the fact that they are twice as long to construct, I wonder if they balance that too, and it used to be more powerful and they had to nerf it a little bit. This can be a sniper tower. Can't hit anything with it though. Yeah, I'm realizing that now, that like actually activating them is pretty tough, at least with my strategy. Maybe if I was focused more on microing units, I could try to force enemies to die. Closer to the shrines to activate them, but if I'm entirely just dependent on the towers killing them, then it's kind of a crapshoot whether I get the shrine or not, so. Good for specific levels, maybe. Okay. Limp. Oh. Medium range attack. Okay, anytime I hear range attack, I'm like, that's bad. Would require 3 days, which I guess would only be available on the final night, or is it still not technically going to cut it? Keep forgetting I have these gold mines. We should build them. The whole idea is that they bootstrap you, right? So they're really good early on and then get weak at the end of the level. Powerful hero unit. Yeah. Oh, I don't have enough for the tier 2 wall. One-shot pain. All right, so I think that the blimps are the perfect enemy. Well, no, because they don't quite get one shot, so they have to get hit a second time at very low health, which feels like it's really wasting the shot. Actually, if those things were current health and not max health, that would completely change my calculus. I understand why they changed it to be max health, so you didn't have that problem you were describing, but it would very heavily reduce the chance that a shot get wasted over killing an enemy, right? It's kind of an interesting every game design decision is a trade-off thing, right? You never get anything for free. This is kind of unfortunate. I got a bunch of really slow shit. This one area. No walls. Maybe try dipping in on these guys down here, perhaps. Temptation is to try to do economy, but really no safe places to do economy in this level. Oh, I have 10, don't I? Just in case something comes near there. Yeah. I think it'd do something for overkill, maybe. That might help me with my brain chemistry. I would be interested in, like, the details, like the people who are, like, super pro Thronefall players, whether they agree that the Ballista Tower is kind of underpowered because of the overkill risk, or if I'm just, like, completely wrong about that. You could do something where, like, anytime it gets an overkill, it gets an attack speed bonus on its next shot based on the percentage of overkill that it did. I feel like that would pretty smoothly address the issue. But maybe that makes it too strong, right? Maybe that makes it... Well, now it's just strictly better than the fast tower. Splash on overkill could be cool. Yeah. I think it's doable. I think it's... You could make it better without it being super OP. Call that a iteration sickness, right? Where you're like, you put out a game in early access and you've got all this stuff that you added with very specific intents, and then something's too busted and you have to change it or change it multiple times, and over time it like... I guess occasionally maybe you have a specific idea for a way something works and then your change actually ends up being like way better than your original idea. But I think that that happens less frequently than it having unexpected downsides, if that makes sense. It's like a miracle if the change you end up going for is actually even better than what you originally came up with. I think this is all fine. I don't know that my big ballista turrets can even reach them from here. Mutator runs, okay. So if they're all way tankier and mutator runs, that also makes a lot of sense. So now we definitely want to get the big ballista tower to take out those... I think that those big moving tower, what are they called? Iron towers? I think they're basically a hard counter to my current strategy, because they're like, their range is perfect to annihilate my fast towers. Difference. Tank when overkill is rare, it would tank your enemies. Yeah, it could just be that it's a strategy that only really makes sense when you're going crazy on mutators and doing the very difficult endgame challenges. The enemies just don't have enough health in the base game that they're gonna win out over the faster towers. Oh, this is awful. So it's like it's hitting the max health rams. It's gonna die before it kills all of these, I think. Let's see. Oh, we'll be okay. Our last night. Another question mark, okay. So we probably want to like build a tank for the thing, assuming it, I guess we'll see how it works. I don't know if it's actually going to try to like track down the towers here or not. It might not. Yeah, we'll probably stop here. Just I probably won't be able to do another level. Remaining 15 minutes. I'll credit you on the time. $10? Fuck. It would be great to be able to go around and like recover one coin somehow. Just deconstruct a building or whatever. All right. Whoa, that's pretty fucking cool looking. It just gets to shoot everything around it, basically. see how much range becomes a problem here. Wish I could like double check their range from here. I don't think I can. I don't know if I count as being close to that. It might be not as the crow flies, but based on actual pathing. Okay, that makes more sense. I'll retry the wave if I fail here because of that. So I really need to have more ballistas on the main path to have a chance here, or I need to have more things to tank them, I guess. Because like all my ballista towers are not close enough to hit that thing. That's wild, it just goes up the hill there. Well, you gotta like do this whole level around this boss. I don't think anything really prepares you for the boss. I'm not gonna win, but at least I have a plan for next time. Maybe if I didn't have the mutators, I'd have more of a chance. All right, so future Marstead, this thing is a big problem. It starts down in the middle center of the southeast corner of the map, and then it just goes straight toward your base and annihilates everything in its path, including towers. So, like, you cannot beat that, I think, with your current strategy. Especially any towers that you have on the edges of the map can't reach it. Make sure when you're building them, I think even if it's a sniper tower, it's not going to be enough to be able to touch the kind of center line that it crosses. You have a bunch of sniper towers on the left side of the map there that none of them were ever in range of that thing, which made them basically pointless. Probably a good use case for more of the tanky towers in the very front. Basically, the problem with this level is that you have to build for the final boss. Like, you have to, the final boss is substantially harder than everything else, so you have to try to prep for that. Let's see what the perks are here, because you're also going to want to change perks. This attempt, you're going to want... Oh, I want to continue. I think this is actually unwinnable right now in its current state. I will show you the perks and... God damn it. Didn't set my D-pad input. I'll show you the perks you currently have because this stream, it reset them. Okay. So you're going to want to get rid of this shrine one. It's kind of cool but underwhelming. I think you want timber scaffolding. The build cost of towers being reduced by 1 is probably going to be huge given the number of towers that you build. I don't think that affects the... That only affects the initial build cost, so they cost 2 instead of 3. Still pretty good, though. You've been trying to win with these mutators, but it's really fucking hard. So maybe try a different one. I don't know what you would try, though, because these 5 perks are really good. The level's also really hard. So you can just try to win it without mutators, but... Yeah, good luck to you. Watch out for that very final wave, and do build at least one ballista tower near the base to deal with. There's a small version of the boss that your fast towers can't really deal with because of their ranged attacks, so you want to be able to blow them up before they get too close to you. Cool. I really like Thronefall. I'm excited to play more of it. Thanks for sharing, Nooblator.